Hi, everybody. It is Andrea Boya.
And Dimitri Boya.
We just wanted to come to you with this very short video to encourage you as married couples in this time. As I've been in a supportive role with several couples in the last few weeks, it is no doubt that the uncertainties of the time is showing up as tension within relationship. In my role as a psychotherapist, I could imagine the strain, not just within those that I've been in contact with, but across the board, because uncertainty has a way of triggering that sense of anxiety in all of us. And so, even in this time, in conversation with my husband and in the work that I've been doing in supporting other couples, we have come up with what we call the ABC of thriving in such a time as this, and we wanted to share those ABCs with you. If you are committed to upholding the heart of a good thing, if you are committed to loving in and out of season, if you're committed to thriving in the relationship that God has blessed you with, I assure you that these ABC are going to really help you and support you to do what you're already doing in love and for love. Acknowledge. Acknowledge what you are experiencing right now in this time. Acknowledge what you are feeling. Importantly, acknowledge what your spouse is also experiencing and what your spouse is feeling. There is sometimes we put things on the shelf or feelings on the shelf because at times we've classed some things as not okay to feel. There is no such thing as a feeling that is not okay to feel. Because you feel it doesn't mean that you're owning it, doesn't mean that you're housing it. It means that you're giving yourself an opportunity to work through that feeling. Just like if you resist, for example, just like exercising, when you resist, you give muscle to that thing. And so what you don't want to do is to resist acknowledging how you are experiencing such a time.
Because when you resist, you magnify.
You got it. Excellent. When you resist, you magnify. When you resist, you give muscle to. So you want to create a space to actually have the opportunity to express how you're feeling ongoing. I will give you an example. For men, for most men, it is a little bit more challenging to put words to feeling at time. Because you are a team, it's important to provide that opportunity for each other to acknowledge whatever the feeling is. So I came to my husband just about a week ago, and I said to him, I could only imagine in such a time that the protector and provider in most men is silently screaming. When I said that to him, he says, right, I was just talking to a couple of the, gentlemen in my life that are very notable gentlemen, and they were saying, and then he continued to share with me in terms of just really the pressure that men are experiencing in such a time. Maybe if I did not intro that conversation in the way that I did, that opportunity would not have been so rich as it was for us. So create a safe space to acknowledge whatever you're feeling in this through this experience, and know that as you give words, and acknowledge whatever the feeling or the experience is, it actually is providing an opportunity to work through it. Secondly, be open. As a culture, we come from a DNA of shutting down, of being closed. In my culture, we call it, again, across culture, this malice. If somebody does something to you that jabs you the wrong way, you shut them down, you close down. In many families, you might be able to relate that you've done something that a family member did not think that was wonderful, and they don't talk to you for days or months or sometimes years at a time. So you got it, silent treatment. So shutting down is in our DNA, relational DNA. Challenge yourself. Resist. Now you want to resist in this case. Resist withdrawing from your spouse. Social distancing, physical distancing does not apply here. Resist withdrawing. Challenge yourself to stay open. Stay open. Challenge yourself to stay vulnerable. Challenge yourself to be bold. Be bold in love. And importantly, be graceful.
Yes.
There are many times where the response, because of the pressures that many couples are feeling right now, the response might not be wonderful automatically, or it might not feel amazing, or your spouse might be responding in a way that is unusual to how he or she responds normally. Be graceful. Put on your graceful hat, really. That's the B. Be graceful, be open, and be bold. Be bold about loving your spouse in this season. Literally take it up a notch, because love indeed covers a multitude of stuff. You got it. He's really good at quoting the Bible verbatim. Love covers a multitude of sins. And then lastly, C, be curious. Be curious and be close. Be curious. Instead of complaining, be curious. So complaint sounds something like this. You never open up to me. You never do this. You never do that. Instead saying, I was wondering. I was curious. Why did you respond in that way? Or I was curious. Why did you respond in this way? Be curious enough to allow that person to feel invited into closeness with you. Be curious enough to allow your spouse to know that I am here. I am here for you. I am here to listen to you, creating a safe space for each other. So A, acknowledge. B, be open. Be bold. And C, be curious and be close. Be close. You are the heart of a good thing.
Indeed.
Yeah, and together we are going to get through this moment.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
We are going to get through this together. We bless you to grow and to thrive in this season as we move through an unprecedented time. Let us come out stronger than ever.